Have you ever witnessed something going terribly wrong, only to see human ingenuity turn disaster into triumph? On April 11, 1970, 3 astronauts climbed into a spacecraft, unaware they were about to embark on what NASA would later call a successful failure. Apollo 13 thundered into the sky at 2:13 p.m., carrying Commander Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Heiss toward what should have been America's 3rd lunar landing. The launch was smooth as silk, Lovell would later recall. None of us had any idea that in just 2 days we'd be fighting for our lives 200,000 miles from Earth. For 10-year-old Marcus Wheeler, watching from his living room in Houston, the launch had become almost routine. My dad worked at NASA, he remembered. By Apollo 13, most Americans had stopped watching launches. We'd already been to the moon twice. It wasn't special anymore. In fact, television networks didn't even broadcast the mission live. The conquest of space had become so expected that it took near tragedy to recapture America's attention. 2 days after launch, at 55 hours and 54 minutes into the mission, astronaut Jack Swigert uttered 9 words that would become legendary. "Houston, we've had a problem here." An oxygen tank had exploded, critically damaging the command module. Suddenly, 3 men were stranded in a crippled spacecraft, 200,000 miles from Earth, with dwindling oxygen, limited power, and no clear path home. What happened next demonstrated the very best of human capability under pressure. NASA engineers worked around the clock, inventing solutions with whatever materials were available on the spacecraft. The margin for error? 0. The air filters were failing. The temperature dropped to near freezing. Power had to be conserved. Every calculation had to be perfect. For 4 days, the world held its breath. An estimated 1 in 4 people on Earth followed the mission's progress. What began as a routine flight had transformed into a drama of survival that united humanity. When you look at modern space exploration today, you're seeing the legacy of Apollo 13's crisis. NASA completely redesigned spacecraft systems based on the lessons learned. The disaster that never happened became the triumph that changed everything. On April 17th, Apollo 13 splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean. The mission never reached the moon, but it reached something perhaps more important. It showed that human ingenuity, teamwork, and calm under pressure could overcome seemingly impossible odds. As flight director Gene Kranz famously said during the crisis, "Failure is not an option." This wasn't just a space mission. It was a testament to what humans can accomplish when failure simply cannot be accepted. Have you ever experienced a moment when disaster turned into unexpected triumph? Share your story in the comments below. And don't miss tomorrow's video where we'll explore another pivotal moment that revealed the extraordinary capabilities of ordinary people under pressure. These stories aren't just about what happened in the past. They're about discovering what we're capable of when pushed to our limits. If this glimpse into humanity's most famous, successful failure has inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to History Sparks for more stories that illuminate the heights of human achievement.